Hola, peoples. All right, so I'm back, and we are going to get into a reading for our evening contemplation, our evening or afternoon video. We just got these cards, right? So we just invested into asking it is given cards, and I figured I'd get on here and do another reading with them to see what's up. And really, it's a reading, but it's a great conversation that we get to share with one another. Yeah, it's a conversation that we get to. Well, hola, welcome, Natalie. It's a conversation that we get to have with one another. I had to shut my window. I went, y'all. Let me just say, let me shuffle. Let me just say, like the minute I decided I was going to go live, I realized like I don't have any water, so let's get a drink. And then the minute I decided to get my water, I also realized that, oh, I need to check my blood very soon. So might as well just check my blood before I go on video. And then, y'all, this is disgusting, so I apologize. My neighbor started like hawking up like his freaking soul. Like, I have no idea what's going on over there, but he did not swallow. Let's just be honest. Like, he was just like, I don't know what's going on. There was like an exorcism of something. Whew, it's all good. Well, hello, Patricia, Marguerite, Cinder Blue. Is it Carice? How do you say that? I like that. It's cool. Karis, Williams, Elizabeth. Hello, Lillian. Angela, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to have fun. We're going to enjoy ourselves. 2 a.m. in South Africa. Well, hello. Welcome. Early or late, depending. But yeah, so take some time, y'all. Take some time to focus on your breathing. Take some time to focus on your heartbeat. Take some time to call in your spirits, your guides, your God, your allies, your ancestors. Call in all the good shit for your highest and best. Call it in and just tune in with yourself because this is our time together. We get to create, we get to share, we get to co-create, we get to do all of that stuff. And just realize this is a conversation that we get to have with one another. So feel free to share your thoughts. Your thoughts are welcome. You finally got your awesome. You got your energy deck in the mail. Good, awesome. So let's see. Good evening, Roseanne. Good evening. Yes, it's been a good day. It's been a good day. I'm trying to think what I got a lot done today. It's been so dark here in Northern California. It's been so dark all day, so I feel like it's really late, and it's only 4 p.m. Well, hello, Esther. Welcome. It's so dark here. It is dark. It's been foggy. It's been kind of sprinkling. It's not rainy. Well, hello, Kelly from London. Oh my goodness, welcome. So, yeah, let's take some time, y'all. Take some time to vibe with yourself, vibe, and just listen to what spirit guides you or what your intuition guides you to pull. I'm going to pull 3 cards. And like normal, all 3 cards will be a collective reading for us. Again, a very general reading, collective reading. And I ask you to choose a card 1, 2, or 3, and you can do that now. 1, 2, or 3. The first number that pops into your head, go ahead and comment or write down whatever you prefer. 1, 2, 3. I know how to use my hands. 1, 2, 3. The first number that does pop into your head. Okay. Go ahead and comment or write down. And what happens is that number that you feel called to choose, that's going to be your dominant influence, and the other 2 cards are going to be supportive influences. And so it just helps to take a collective and a general reading and make it a little more personal. And then with all of our conversations, because y'all know we're chatty Cathy's over here, with all of our conversations, we get to, make it a little more personable, a little more exciting. 1, 2, or 3, the first number that pops into your head. And this is a new deck, so it's kind of like sticky. Yeah. And I am eyeing a few. I have a few tarot decks that are on my almost poked myself on my radar. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm doing this. But there's a few tarot decks on my radar that I want to get for us. It's a business investment because I like supporting other artists, and I like investing into our community here when we share different messages. Okay, so one, two, or three, that first number that pops into your head, and let's get on with this reading. I've rambled enough. So here we go. Okay, three cards. Let's see. All right. Okay, I'm organized. Oh, not so much. That was upside down. Okay, card one. Card one. Okay. And just pay attention to the words, pay attention to anything that comes up when I read this to you, and your first thoughts, your instincts, pay attention to that, okay? So, card one, my emotions are vibrational interpreters. My emotions are vibrational interpret. Let's put this down. Hello. My emotions are vibrational interpreters. What does that say? How does that feel? What comes up when you think about that? So my emotions are, I know you can't see that, but whatever. My emotions, one of these days I'll fix that. My emotions are vibrational interpreters. So your eyes, your ears, even your nose, tongue, and fingertips. Hello. Um, are translating vibration. So your eyes, your ears, even your nose, tongue, and fingertips are translating vibrations. But your most sophisticated of vibrational interpreters are by far your emotions. By paying attention to the signals of your emotions, you can understand with absolute precision everything you are now living or have ever lived. Y'all, I can't help myself. I'm just like, ooh. So I notice when I'm holding this up, my head's like all bobbly. Anyways, what does that say to you? How does that make you feel? What comes up? So your eyes, your ears, even your nose, tongue, and fingertips are translating vibrations, but your most sophisticated of vibrational interpreters are by far your emotions. By paying attention to the signals of your emotions, you can understand with absolute precision everything you are now living or have ever lived. So, what does that say to you? I really feel that this is initiating our inspiration for the reading, and it's definitely saying that it's important for us to just take a step back and process the emotions that we are feeling. What's going on in my life? Well, I can pay attention to my emotions to know what's manifesting. I can pay attention to my emotions, and I can know what's what I am focusing upon in my world, in my reality, what I'm giving life to. And again, there's no judgment here. We just simply, awareness helps us to really discern how to create and design our life. And when we are aware of our emotions, we can find the tools, right? When we are aware of our emotions, we can find the tools to help us process them. Does that make sense? And sometimes it's like we realize, like when we recognize that, oh my gosh, I'm really intense right now. And sometimes we need a therapy session. There's no, again, therapy is awesome. So maybe that's something that we need. Maybe we need to talk to a phone a friend, right? Or maybe we recognize there's a certain emotion that we're processing right now, and in order for us to really get through it, it's important that we scream. That helps us sometimes. Or we paint, or we channel something into a creative outlet. So again, my emotions are vibrational interpreters. And so everything, our entire body is interpreting information. But the emotions that we have are extremely, again, like the card said, sophisticated, and in telling us what we are really giving our attention to. And so it goes back to the same thing. it goes back to, what do I want in my life? Like, how do I want to feel? And again, it's not, you guys, it's not as simple as just me, because we are co-creating. If you have different people in your life, you're co-creating with them. Your location, you're co-creating with your location. The society around you, that you're co-creating with that. There's so much that is taken into consideration. But when you are aware of your emotions, you can then pinpoint what you want to focus on next, in alignment with where you're headed, where you want to head, where you want to lead, and where you want to be. So you have that information, that data, to help you work through. Okay. Got it. So again, my emotions are vibrational interpreters. So let's take it to the next card. Let's see what card two says and expand upon this reading. So card two, only I know what is appropriate for me. Only I know what is appropriate for me. This is interesting. I like it. So only I know what is appropriate for me. I need to cut these bitches, or I need to like paint them. Figure it out, right? So only I know what is appropriate for me. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? So when you remember that everyone who asks is given, right? So when you remember that everyone who asks is given, then how wonderful and appropriate it is for you to make the choices for you. For the universe operates much more efficiently without a middleman interceding, or middle person interceding on your behalf. You always know in the moment what is best for you. What does that say to you? Focus on your own shit. Worry about your own damn stuff, right? That's what it's saying. It's saying, look, we are, we know what is right for us in our lives, and so just because someone who important to us might, say something, or they are excited about a new adventure, or whatever, we don't have to latch on. We have the power of discernment and creation, right, for us. So what are we happy about? What do we want to invest in? And what's does it feed my soul? Is it in alignment with what I want for myself? Is it in support of my ethics and morals? Is it in support of my views on life? Is it in support of all of those things? If it is, and if this is something that I want, and then I have the choice to do. So it's up to me, right? Does that make sense? So what does that say to you? Only I know what is appropriate for me. And again, I do feel like this is extremely important right now, because there's a lot of shit going on, real shit, real stuff, conversations that we should be having with our own circles. But at the same time, we have to be very aware of how much time we give to certain things and certain people. And so only I know what is appropriate for me. So be very aware of your surroundings, as well as your own integrity. Be very aware of who you want to become, and always ask yourself: does this support that person? Does this support my future, the person that I strive to be, or is this taking me off my path? And it's not something that really feeds my soul, right? Um, Interesting that two was my choice, which seems contradictory to my emotional suppression. Uh, hmm, okay, yeah. I don't know if I would say it was contradicting, but I guess it just depends on how you view it. Like, depends on what you think is contradicting, for sure. Um, but it's definitely saying that, get to like know thyself. Know thyself. Know who you are. And when you know who you are, when you know what you're capable of, when you understand more about how you work, what makes you tick, when you really get, to the core of who you truly are, um, you are able to navigate your world in wondrous ways. And so only I know what is appropriate for me. Me, the real me, the true me, the soul, right? That spirit, all of it integrated. I know. and I know what I want. I am discovering that. I'm awakening to that. I'm open to that. And again, it's saying like just because someone says something doesn't mean that I have to take that in. Doesn't mean I have to believe the same way, right? So I like that. Let's see. People can try to dictate to you what you should do, but you are the only one who knows best. Exactly. And a lot of times, people have good intentions and they don't realize how much of an asshole they're being. Sometimes they do, but a lot of times people do have good intentions, and so we just have to be respectful as best as we can and say, look, no, that's your belief, that's what you are creating, that's what you want to invest in. However, I simply seek to invest into something different, right? Okay. So card three is I will reach for the best feeling thought I have access to. Interesting, actually. I will reach, again, how does this make you feel? What comes up? I will reach for the best feeling thought I have access to. I will reach for the next best feeling thought I have access to. Oh my gosh, always be reaching for the feeling of relief that comes when you release a more resistant thought and replace it with a more allowing, better feeling thought. Again, whatever that means. So it's not just like, oh my God, I hate you, to, oh my gosh, she's so sweet. Bless her heart. I love her. Or I love him. Or I love them. Right. So it's not, you don't go from one extreme to the other. It's more something like, oh my God, I hate you. I can tolerate you. You're okay. I see that people like you. I can appreciate that. It's stuff like that until you get to a place that just, that better feeling thoughts like, okay, all right, you're not bad. You just find the next best feeling thought that you have access to that will help you to feel better, right? So always be reaching for the feeling of relief that comes when you release a more resistant thought and replace it with a more allowing, better feeling thought. The stream of well-being is always flowing through you, and the more you allow it, the better you feel. The more you resist it, the worse you feel. So what does that say to you? How does that make you feel? Let's see. I recently had to cut ties with a family member that thought I should do what only. Yes, it's challenging. It is challenging, but at the same time, it's like you have to do what's right and healthy for you and yours. And it's unfortunate that people, can't respect that. But you again focus on what feels best for you and do your thing. And so again, I will reach for the best feeling thought I have access to. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? Elizabeth, yes. So dental surgery Monday. Oh my gosh. Best of luck. Uh telling myself it's for the best. Yeah. I realized like, okay, this is something that I need. This is something that has to happen. And I might have anxiety right now, but through the process, I realized like afterwards, when it's all said and done, I will feel better. I won't be in pain, blah, blah, blah. You focus on the next best feeling thought. You focus on the things that you can, that help calm you down, and will make you feel better. And then it becomes a little better, because you're able to say, okay, this in reality, this is going to be good for me. Okay. And so again, I will reach for the best feeling thought I have access to and realize we don't always have access to the best thought we think we should have. Sometimes we have to navigate those murky waters and those deliciously like uh those petty thoughts and those petty vibrations. Sometimes we have to entertain those, because that's where we are in that moment, and there's no judgment there. There's no shame in being there. You have to own wherever you are in life, like own that, and become a part of that, and know that you can shift your way of thinking. You can shift the way of feeling when you are ready. Just keep searching for that next best feeling thought, and eventually you'll pull yourself out into a space that feels better for you. Okay. That happens. Yeah, I have a tendency to think the worst. This card reminds me to breathe. Yeah, breathe, see the positive, and not just the positive, but it's like see the things that feel a little better. So again, it's not just about I need to focus on the positive. It's more of I need to assess my situation. I need to assess where I am right now, and then I need to focus on what feels a little better. Like, what can I reach for? Like, what feels a little better to me? So it's not always going to be like a positive thought. Sometimes it's going to be a super, super toxic thought reaching towards like a slightly negative thought, or a deeply negative to then a slightly negative to a negative to like, okay, kind of positive. Does that make sense? So it's more of understanding where we are in our life and just appreciating um appreciating where we are, and reaching out for the next thing that feels better until we can find a place that just really feels good to us. So let's see what all these cards are coming together for. And so we have the card one, my emotions are vibrational interpreters. Card one, my emotions are vibrational interpreters. Card two, only I know what is appropriate for me. Only I know what is appropriate for me. Card three, I will reach for the best feeling thought I have access to. Card three. And so, all cards together, we realize that our body, everything, this thing right here, all of it is interpreting vibrations, is interpreting all of these wonderful things. Our emotions are so precious, and our emotions are helping us to really interpret the reality in which we are living in, and what we are focused on, and what we are giving our power to. Because when we feel, we really become a part of that experience. And when we're really intensely invested into these emotions, we are activating things to be made manifest, or to bring more of in our life. And so let's pay attention to our vibes. Let's pay attention to our emotions, and let's not get I will say this, let's not get overwhelmed by our emotions. Let's try not to. Let's work with them. Let's see what we can do with them. And again, realize, find the tool sets that help you most. So if that's seeing a professional, if that's talking to a friend, if that's channeling into like a writing project or some creative project, crocheting, whatever, channel your emotions so you can process them effectively for you. And then know that only you know what is appropriate for yourself. Only you know. So before you take action, before you do anything that other people are talking about, or before you make a move or a decision for your life, tune in with yourself. Pay attention to those emotions. Pay attention. I don't know why I just said that. The card's over there. Pay attention to those emotions. Pay attention to how you feel about it, and really take some time to think, take a step back, and be very discerning. Like, do you feel this? Do you really feel like this is the best way for you to go? Is this the best pathway or route? And if it feels right, then honor that. If it doesn't, then you know what? Get some more information. Figure out what feels better, and don't take action. Only you. No one can tell you what is appropriate for you. Only you can do that. Only you get to teach the world as well. Like, this is my life. This is my body. This is what is appropriate for me. This is what I'm doing. You don't get to decide what happens here. You do not. I do. And so instead of focusing and giving your energy to other people, telling other people they don't get to decide what happens here, start owning, again, pay attention to those emotions, what they're invested in. Start owning the fact you get to decide. You have that beauty, you have that power, you have that luxury. I get to decide. This is my life, this is my body, this is my spirit. So I know what's appropriate for me. And when I understand what is appropriate for me in my life, I get to take action. I get to put that through, and then I will reach for the next best feeling thought I have access to. And so when we meet resistance, when we meet conflict, which is very interesting, when we meet conflict and resistance, we have the ability to shift in our life. Hello, Sonia, welcome. We have the ability to change patterns, and even uproot like old programming, and change different cycles, like repeated behaviors, if we recognize, and then we realize, like, you know what, instead of reacting to the situation, I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to focus on what feels better to me. So I don't want to yell. I don't want to yell. My voice, so precious. I want to save that. Really. But no, I don't want to yell. I don't want to scream. I don't want to have a fight. I want to be able to be respectful. And even though I disagree completely, I don't want to have this friction oriented experience. And so I want to reach for the best feeling thought. And so that's what I do in that situation. I try to find something that feels better and then respond from that place instead of a very reactive place. But we have to do what is right for us. Okay. Makes sense. I hope that it does. But I enjoyed these cards. If you have any last minute thoughts or ideas or questions, feel free to comment. Let me know. If you are watching a recording of this later on, feel free to comment, share your thoughts. I love reading them. I do. And if you have any suggestions for future public videos, definitely message me or comment and let me know. I'll be happy to speak on things that I'm able to. Well, hello, Veronica and Dawn. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am just finishing up our oracle reading with the ask, and it is given cards. They're fun. I like them. They're interesting. It gives you food for thought. It gives you stuff to like sort of like take and meditate on and contemplate. So enjoy them, and allow them to inspire and help you work through whatever you need to work through, and yeah, create those little changes. Always reach for that next best thought. Okay. I will see you all tomorrow morning. I think I'm going to do my workout first in the morning and then I'll come back with a video. But I will see you all tomorrow morning with our video. So again, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I love talking with everyone. So I'll see you tomorrow. Blessed be.